By the way, if the sound is off on this game, just let me know and I'll fix it. So we get another mushroom. The mushrooms are great for the night levels, but the fume shroom, as this one is called, is very useless. It only really works against the zombie you see on the right side with the screen door. And I'm not going to use it. Nah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll demonstrate how it works. But yeah, for some reason it takes me a long time to select the plants here. So I'm picking the slow as kind of my extra. Because my standards here, so my core build would be the sunflowers, the free mushrooms, and the walnuts, and that's it. And then I like to take one of the reset buttons, in this case the cherry bomb, and then one plant that actually does a lot of damage, in this case the repeater. And then I have one slot left, which I used to put the mine in the past few levels. But now I'm actually putting the snow pea in it. And the snow pea, yeah, well, it slows down enemies, meaning they don't walk as fast, but they also don't eat as fast. And, well, it makes it even easier to win a level. So this level I'm trying to just put the free mushrooms and the sunflowers. So spend all my early money on sunflowers while defending with the free mushrooms. The free mushrooms make it real easy to win this, as they are free and they have a relatively short cooldown. So as you can see, I've defended all the rows now with 2 mushrooms, and there's only been like 2 zombies. And I've already done half of my sunflowers. So basically it's impossible to lose here. Well, I guess you can lose. I saw someone lose this level once, but I guess if you don't play games at all, you don't understand what what the tactic would be to get through this level, and that free mushrooms are, for example, a very good choice in this level because they are free and they do shoot. And even if they get eaten, that's fine, it doesn't matter. So there's the guy with the screen door. And yeah, I'm going to put the repeater in his way. He's going to eat 1 mushroom or so, maybe 2, but they're free, so I don't care. Could have planted the what's it called? The walnut in his way, but really, yeah, why bother? I'm just going to collect enough suns to put another repeater in another lane and just put some free mushrooms in the bottom lane again. The graves you see on the map, they are, well, they're an annoyance at first, because now I cannot build on these squares. And once you see one of the big waves coming, so the end wave and normally the middle wave, they will spawn zombies. But in a later level, or in later levels, I'm not sure, I think it's after this level, you get a plant which eats the graves. And you really want to take those, because the graves keep multiplying and you get more and more as the levels continue. And there you see them generating zombies, which is not a problem in this level, but once you have like 12 of these graves on your field, it's really an annoyance. You don't want that. So that will be one of the plants I like to take in the night levels as well. You don't really need it, but it really comes in handy for for most of the situations. Plus, every time you eat a zombie, or eat a grave, this is the plant that eats the graves, but every time you eat a grave, you get a coin, which adds to your gold collection, which is good. So, now I have $750, and he's offering me an extra seed slot, meaning I can now take 7 plants with me to the level instead of 6. And again, going for the sunflower, going for the free mushroom, going for the walnut, and then I can choose whatever. So I'm going to take the grave eating one first, I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to take, well, one that deals damage, my reset button, and the chompers just for the fun of it. I am going to use them, of course, because they're nice. And they eat a whole zombie, so you don't have to damage them anymore. But they're very vulnerable. Well, as I said in the the previous episode, the chompers have a range of 2, so you can place a walnut in front of them or another plant, doesn't really matter, and it'll go. It'll still eat the zombie attacking your walnut or the other plant. But when it's chewing, you really want to protect it from the zombies, and that's what the walnut is for. So the walnut kind of gives you the the stall you need to get the chomper to eat the zombie, and once it's finished eating, it can eat another one. So you want to combine them normally with other plants, especially with walnuts. But if you want a challenge, try to win a level with just chompers. It can be really fun. The night levels are fairly impossible with just chompers. No, they are impossible with just chompers, because you need the early defense of the free mushrooms. Oh, the mushrooms only work at night, by the way. If you get back to the daytime, which you will eventually when you finish these 10 levels, so at the end of the episode, yeah, you get the message that mushrooms only work at night, and you can use coffee beans to wake them up during the day. And of course it's fun to try to win a level with just mushrooms, a day level that is. But yeah, that's really difficult, because the daytime levels, yeah, they're not really made to be won by using mushrooms. But it's a challenge, and it's a cool challenge, sure. So a lot of suns here, and it's probably time to start eating the graves. And since I have, yeah, 2 columns of sunflowers, I can afford whatever I want. And if you have more expensive plants, so once we go into the late levels, I'm going to spend a lot more money, because now my most expensive plant is 200, which isn't too bad. But once you get to plants that that cost 500, then you want to have more than 2 columns of sunflowers. But by that time you will have a lot of more useful plants to use in your arsenal. And they do a lot more damage, because even though the repeaters should be 2 pieces at the same time, they still need to hit one zombie a lot of times to kill him. So here we have another pole vaulting zombie. He jumps over the first thing he sees, or he meets, which is normally your walnuts, so watch out for that. But well, they're pretty weak once they lose their pole. So I'm eating some graves here and getting coins for that. So it's time to get some chompers going, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why I put it behind the zombie. Could have easily eaten him. But yeah. Now I have to blow up this guy. Didn't have to, but yeah, why not? I have plenty of money. And every now and then I miss some suns or some coins, but that's because, well, I'm not really playing all out. And it doesn't really matter, because you're going to get a Zen garden later in the game, which provides you with all the gold you need, as long as you attend to it. So you can grow plants there. And if you grow the correct plants, then they give you a lot of money. And there's some tricks to make even more money, but I'll show you. So planting the chompers behind the walnuts, and as you will see, it'll eat it, even through the walnuts. So there my chomper got eaten by the pole vaulting zombie. I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, it doesn't matter too much. I have so much money.